Indeed, we are coming to you this morning from Mahikeng here, where you can see right behind me there that some roads have indeed been blockaded with stones and burning tyres. It is, as you rightfully did indicate there, that the road, the N18 road linking Vryburg and Mahikeng, we understand also the road linking Lichtenberg and Mahikeng, and also some local roads here in Mahikeng, like the one we are coming to you from right now, from a village called Lonely Park here in Mahikeng. We understand that there's quite a number of issues that have made some of these residents to come down here and blockade the roads. Amongst them is the issue of unemployment here in Mahikeng, poverty, the selling of some properties that were built during the Bophuthatswana government, being it commercial and residential properties. But to get more details on some of these issues, we're going to speak to the organizer of this protest, Tato Mulosangwe. Tato, thank you very much for joining us. Just tell us in detail, what exactly are the issues that have led to you and the people that are joining you to be protesting this morning?
It is very painful to see our province, especially our capital city, Mahikeng, falling apart. We see young, broken children. I'm not talking about the youth first. I'm talking about children, teenagers. Some of them don't have birth certificates. They don't have IDs here in Lonely Park. They don't get social grants. And the level of poverty, it is so high. Some of them are 8 to 15 in one house, staying in a shack. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing happening. And this is simply because of corruption. Secondly, if here in Lonely Park, when it rains, there are no roads. When it rains, it's a disaster. If you must call an ambulance to come here, it will never come because the road is miles, police cannot even patrol, and the level of crime is high. The other thing is development. There are no developments at all across different villages. The other thing is the selling of buildings or properties inherited from previous government of Bophuthatswana under leadership of Kgosi Mangope. May his soul rest in peace. He warned us against the looting, against the thieves. And even Credo Mutwa, may his soul rest in peace. He warned us as well. So this is what we are going through today because we failed to listen. They have sold Bob flats. They have sold Bob houses. They have sold a Bob recording studio. They have sold Mega City. They have neglected Manyani Game Reserve, the Letlamoran Dam, all our tourism attractions. Therefore, we cannot create any jobs. So it is so painful here. So we are demanding that Bob flats and houses must be returned to SABC staff. Why? When they were auctioning them, they were supposed to give them first preference. They were supposed to inform them about the intention to sell, and those who are interested can buy. So they did not do that. From there was no public participation. Thirdly, they are auctioning all these houses and flats in Johannesburg, in Horton, in one of the richest suburbs, in a golf estate. It is clear this is for the rich, and this is the ugly face of capitalism. We need to stand up as community. One thing that broke my heart It's a mourning. What do they call them? There's a woman whose the husband passed away. You know, she's still mourning, but she was served with papers of eviction. That is so painful. The SABC people, staff have been working there for so many years. Why should they be so cruel? We want a mega city. Mega city was sold. How do you sell mega city and rent it again? They sold the mega city and they rent again. They sold what you call Provident House before. Now it is called Social Development Department building. They sold it and they rent it again. A building in front of Northwest University, Tirolo House, is the Department of Transport. They sold it and they rent it again, including the other flats built by Bophuthatswana in town, in Revere Park, in Goldview. They sold them to comrades. From there, they are quick cashing with students by turning them into student accommodation. So there is a monopoly. And the other thing is, when you go to Northwest University, the security company at the Northwest University is from KZN. The economy of local economy does not grow. If you go to Mahikeng Provincial Hospital, Bophelong, Northwest Provincial Hospital, security company is from Johannesburg. When you go to SARS, security company is from KZN. Some security companies are from Limpopo, Bloemfontein. Tenders are given to people from outside the Northwest province. This is painful.
Let me come in there. Just tell me, as you're mentioning these things, I remember that not so long ago when we went to cover the media briefing of some ANC branches where Supra Mahumapelo was amongst people who were addressing, and you would remember they're following their expulsion from the party.
Yes.
They did say that they know who have sold some of these buildings, including Bob Studios. But now it came across as if it's an issue that politicians are now trying to fight over.
Yes.
But why is the right thing not being done? What do you think needs to be done? Do you think this is some sort of political game, or what exactly is happening here?
Yes, this is a political game. This is self-enrichment. This is my turn, and it was your turn before. So they are fighting for this cake. They are fighting for this stake. So who is suffering? It's us, as people, as ordinary voters. So what is happening? Everyone who gets into power, they want to grab something. They know who sold these buildings. They have the power. They have the strength. They have legal strength to get those people who sold these buildings prosecuted, held responsible. But it is not happening because they know each other's secrets. Everyone has sold something. From the first premier, Pupa Molefe, he destroyed this province. To Edna Molewa, may her soul rest in peace. She destroyed this province. From Maureen Budisal, she destroyed this province. To Supra Mahumapelo, he destroyed it. And currently Tata Job Mokoro is destroying it. What is happening to the airport? How many times a residential business for students? It's a quick cash-up business. That is what they are doing currently. Now they are even fighting for these flats. Students into these flats and make quick money. Whilst their community is suffering, community is getting poorer and poorer. And they are giving all these buildings to fellow comrades. Look at many buildings and houses that were bought by comrades.
Yeah, let's just talk about a solution, because some of these things that you are raising up, we hear about them all the time. They are reported about all the time in the media, but not much is being done about them.
Yes.
We see that in other provinces, for instance, there's different kinds of commissions that are there to investigate these kind of issues. But one may say, when coming here to the Northwest, these or some of these issues are sort of swept under the carpet.
Exactly.
What
Yes.
exactly do you think needs to happen in order to unravel this and to follow these cases?
There are two ways. There's a legal way, constitutional way of doing this. But I can tell you, most people know I did follow proper procedures. I wrote a letter, that's what you call triangle meeting, where it is a municipality, SABC, and me, the applicant, because I want to ask the Premier to establish a commission to audit all properties, including land, livestock, inherited from Bophuthatswana. We needed a commission on that so that we can know what do we own, what we don't own. Who sold what? The same steps we took against the apartheid government. Now, ANC is behaving like an apartheid government. It doesn't listen to its people. It's impoverishing its own people. It's only taking care of themselves more, driving expensive cars, rather than taking care of the voters, the poorest. Therefore, as the community, we need to stand up. I was telling them at the auction that I died long ago. I'm not scared of death anymore. I'm not scared of prison, because they have imprisoned me. They have killed me already by taking my identity, by removing everything that we are owning, land, infrastructure, everything. Therefore, what do we live for?
Tato, thank you very much there for your time and explaining to us in detail some of the reasons why we see some of these residents of Mahikeng here blockading the roads. And you have heard there in quite detail why some of the roads are blockaded this morning. Studio, it's back to you.
Silwane, thank you so much for bringing us events on the ground as they're happening.